What if I told you there's a Spanish city where you can swim in crystal clear waters just 20 minutes from the city center, eat the world's most authentic paella for under €12, and explore a futuristic city that looks like it's straight out of Star Wars, all in the same day? I spent 7 days in Valencia, and what I discovered will completely change how you think about Spanish travel. Forget Barcelona's crowds and Madrid's chaos. Valencia is Spain's best-kept secret, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why locals are begging tourists to stop coming here. But here's the thing, I almost didn't make this video. What happened on day 3 in the underground tunnels beneath the city was so incredible, so unexpected, that I questioned whether I should even share it with you. But I'm going to tell you everything, including the one place that made a grown man cry tears of joy. Welcome to the channel, and if you're new here, I spend my life finding the most incredible hidden gems around the world so you don't have to. If that sounds like something you'd love, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, because today, we're diving deep into the top 15 most insane things you must do in Valencia. And trust me, number 7 will blow your mind. Let's go. Number 15. Mercado Central, a food lover's paradise. We're starting strong at number 15, and I'm already breaking my own rules here. Most people tell you to visit markets for photos. I'm telling you to come here to eat like a king on a peasant's budget. The Mercado Central isn't just a market, it's a 100-year-old cathedral of food. Look at this architecture. But here's what the guidebooks won't tell you. Stall number 47 serves jam and iberico that costs €200 per kilo in fancy restaurants, for €8 here. But wait, there's more. See that tiny corner stall? The owner, Carmen, has been here for 40 years. She doesn't speak English, but when I showed her this gesture, she led me to her secret stash. What she showed me next, we'll come back to that. But first, let me tell you why this market almost didn't exist. In 1914, this entire area was going to be demolished. One woman changed everything. Her story is incredible, but I'll tell you about her when we get to number 8. For now, just know this. Arrive at 9 a.m., bring cash, and prepare your taste buds for sensory overload. Number 14. Malvarosa Beach, Europe's most underrated beach. Number 14 will make you question every beach vacation you've ever taken. This is Malvarosa Beach, and it's literally 20 minutes from Valencia's city center by metro. €1.50. That's it. Compare that to Barcelona's crowded beaches or the Balearic Islands that cost hundreds to reach. But here's what happened to me here that changed everything. Day 2, I'm walking along the shoreline at sunset, feeling pretty smug about finding this hidden gem. Then I see this elderly man sitting alone, staring at the horizon. Something about his posture made me approach him. This man, Federico, tells me he's been coming to this exact spot every evening for 30 years. Why? In 1993, he proposed to his wife right here. She said yes. They honeymooned in Valencia. They brought their kids here every summer. Last year, she passed away. But she's still here, he tells me, pointing to the waves. Every evening, she's here. I sat with Federico for an hour. We didn't speak much, but we didn't need to. This beach isn't just sand and water, it's where life happens. Where memories are made. And if you think that's emotional, wait until I tell you about the underground discovery that made me cry actual tears of joy. But first, hit that like button if you're enjoying this journey through Valencia, it really helps the channel. Number 13. Barrio del Carmen, Valencia's coolest neighborhood, 4:36 o'clock. Number 13 is where Valencia shows its true personality, and I guarantee you've never seen street art like this. This is Barrio del Carmen, Valencia's oldest neighborhood, and it's where medieval history collides with modern creativity in the most incredible way. These walls have stories that span 800 years, but what's happening here right now is what makes this place magical. I'm going to show you something that's not in any guidebook. See this seemingly ordinary door? Local told me if you knock 3 times and say, "Hola Carmen," something incredible happens. I didn't believe it until, Hola Carmen. This is a secret speakeasy that's been operating for 50 years. No sign, no website, just word of mouth. The owner, Miguel, serves cocktails infused with locally grown oranges and herbs that have been in his family for generations. But here's the crazy part: Miguel only speaks to tourists in Spanish. And you know what? It doesn't matter. The universal language of incredible cocktails and genuine hospitality transcends everything. Comment below if you've ever had an experience where language barriers just melted away. Miguel told me something that night that completely changed my perspective on travel. It connects directly to what I discovered in those underground tunnels I mentioned earlier. But I'm saving that revelation for later in the video. Number 12. Central Market Food Tour. Number 12 takes us back to the Central Market, but this time, we're going deeper. Way deeper. Remember Carmen from stall 47? Well, she agreed to take me on the tour that changed everything. What most tourists don't know is that beneath this market, there's an entire network of tunnels and chambers that date back to medieval Valencia. Carmen leads me through a door marked, "Solo Personal, Staff Only." We descend stone steps that have been worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. The air gets cooler. The sounds of the market fade. And then, we emerge into a massive underground chamber. Carmen explains this is where merchants stored exotic spices during the 15th century when Valencia was one of Europe's most important trading ports. But that's not the incredible part. The incredible part is that some of these storage areas are still active. Saffron that's been aging here for 20 years. Vanilla beans in wooden casks from the 1800s. Cheeses in conditions that haven't changed in 300 years. Carmen hands me a piece of cheese. 200 años, she says. 200 years old. I'm holding cheese that was made when Napoleon was conquering Europe. The taste, I can't even describe it. It's like tasting history. Like every generation that came before left a little piece of their soul in this flavor. That's when the tears started. If you're feeling emotional too, you're not alone. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of travelers who believe that the best journeys touch your soul. Number 11. City of Arts and Sciences. Number 11 is where Valencia proves it's living in the year 3023 while the rest of us are stuck in 2025. The City of Arts and Sciences is what happens when you give brilliant architects unlimited budgets and zero restrictions. This isn't just a tourist attraction, it's a glimpse into humanity's future. But here's what blew my mind. I'm walking through the oceanographic complex, Europe's largest aquarium, when I notice something strange. The dolphins aren't performing tricks for tourists. They're engaged in what can only be described as play. Pure, joyful play. I spent an hour watching these dolphins, and I realized something profound. In Valencia, everything feels more alive. More authentic. Even in this ultra-modern complex, there's a respect for natural behavior, for genuine experience over manufactured entertainment. But the real magic happens in the underwater tunnel at sunset. The way the light filters through the water, creating these dancing shadows on the tunnel walls, it's like being inside a living kaleidoscope. There's one exhibit here that most people walk past without noticing. It's hidden in plain sight, and it contains a secret that connects to Valencia's most incredible untold story. The story I learned from Federico at the beach, confirmed by Carmen in the tunnels, and finally understood here in this tunnel of light. But I'm not telling you what it is just yet. First, we need to talk about paella. And not just any paella, we're talking about the paella that made Gordon Ramsay publicly apologize. Number 10. Authentic paella at Casa Roberto. Number 10 is where I committed what locals consider a cardinal sin, and it led to the most incredible meal of my life. This is Casa Roberto, a family restaurant that's been serving authentic Valencian paella for 4 generations. No tourists, no English menu, no compromises. Just paella the way it was meant to be made. I walk in and make my first mistake. I ask, in broken Spanish, for paella with chicken and seafood. The entire restaurant goes silent. Roberto himself, the owner, approaches my table. I think I'm about to be thrown out. Instead, Roberto sits down. In perfect English, he says, "My friend, you have just asked for something that doesn't exist. There is no such thing as mixed paella in Valencia. You have two choices, chicken paella or seafood paella. Choose wisely, because your choice will determine how we treat you for the rest of the evening." I panic. I choose chicken. Roberto smiles. "Good choice. You have chosen Paella Valenciana, the original, the only true paella. Everything else is just rice with things in it. What arrives 45 minutes later isn't just food, it's a masterpiece. The rice has this incredible soaker at the crispy bottom layer that's the mark of perfect paella. The chicken falls off the bone. The saffron creates this golden color that seems to glow from within. But the real magic is when Roberto brings me a glass of homemade horchata and says, 'Welcome to Valencia, you chose correctly.' In that moment, I realized I wasn't just eating dinner, I was being welcomed into a family. Have you ever had a meal that felt like coming home? Drop a comment and tell me about it, I read every single one. Number 9. Horchata at Horchateria Santa Catalina. Number 9 is a drink that will either change your life or completely confuse you, and there's no in between. This is horchata, and before you say, "Oh, I've had horchata," stop right there. What you've had is not horchata. What you've had is a cinnamon-flavored imposter. Real horchata Valencian horchata is made from tiger nuts, and it's unlike anything you've ever tasted. This is Horchateria Santa Catalina, and it's been perfecting horchata since 1845. 6 generations of the same family, same recipe, same obsessive attention to detail. The first sip is weird. I'm not going to lie. It's creamy but not creamy, sweet but not sweet, familiar but completely foreign. The second sip is better. The third sip is when it clicks. Suddenly, I understand why Valencians are so passionate about this drink. It's not just refreshing, it's grounding. It tastes like earth and sunshine and centuries of tradition all mixed together. The owner, Maria, explains that horchata isn't just a drink, it's a daily ritual. Valencians don't grab coffee on the go. They sip horchata, they connect with friends and family. It's a pause button in a chaotic world. And that's when I started to understand the secret of Valencia. It's not about rushing from attraction to attraction. It's about slowing down, savoring moments, connecting with the rhythm of the city. This realization would prove crucial when I discovered what was hiding in those underground tunnels. Number 8. The story of Valencia's markets. Number 8 is where I tell you the incredible story I promised earlier, and it will change how you see this entire city. Remember I mentioned that the central market almost didn't exist? Here's why that matters more than you think. In 1914, Valencia's city planners wanted to tear down the old market area and build modern apartments. The merchants would be relocated to the outskirts. One single woman stood up and said no. Her name was Esperanza Martinez, and she was a fish vendor who had inherited her stall from her grandmother. When the demolition crews arrived, Esperanza chained herself to her stall. Then something incredible happened. One by one, other vendors joined her. Then their customers. Then their families. Within hours, hundreds of people surrounded the market, protecting it with their bodies. The standoff lasted 3 days. On the third day, the city architect, a man named Santiago Calatrava, arrived to personally oversee the demolition. He took one look at the crowd, one look at Esperanza still chained to her stall, and made a decision that changed Valencia forever. He redesigned the entire project. Instead of demolishing the market, he would build around it. He would create a space that honored the past while embracing the future. That architect? His grandson would later design the City of Arts and Sciences. When Carmen told me this story in those underground tunnels, surrounded by 200-year-old cheese and centuries of history, I finally understood. Valencia isn't just a city, it's a testament to the power of ordinary people fighting for what they love. That's when the tears started. And that's when I knew this video had to be made. Number 7. Las Fallas Museum. Number 7 is where Valencia reveals its wildest secret, and I promise you've never seen anything like this. This is the Fallas Museum, but calling it a museum is like calling the Sistine Chapel a room with pictures. These are Nano's massive, intricate sculptures that tell stories, criticize politicians, celebrate culture, and showcase artistry that rivals anything in the world. Every March, Valencia creates hundreds of these masterpieces, displays them throughout the city for a week, and then burns them all. Yes, burns them. Millions of euros worth of art, up in smoke, on purpose. When the museum director first told me this, I thought he was joking. You spend 11 months creating something this beautiful, this detailed, this expensive, and then you destroy it? It seemed insane. But then he explained the philosophy behind it. Art, he said, is not meant to be permanent. Art is meant to be experienced, felt, lived. The memory of the experience is more valuable than the object itself. Look at this detail work. Every face, every fold of clothing, every tiny element is hand-carved, hand-painted, perfected by artists who know their work will exist for exactly 1 week. It's the most beautiful metaphor for life I've ever encountered. We're all temporary. Our experiences, our relationships, our moments of joy, they're all fleeting. But that doesn't make them less valuable. It makes them more precious. Standing in this museum, surrounded by the few pieces that were saved from the flames, I thought about Federico at the beach, about Carmen in the tunnels, about Roberto welcoming me to his family table. These moments can't be preserved in museums, but they live forever in memory. If this is resonating with you, please hit that like button. It tells me you want more content like this, and honestly, it means the world to me. Number 6-1. Valencia Cathedral and Holy Grail. Numbers 6 through 1 are where this journey gets really incredible, and I need you to prepare yourself for what's coming. Number 6 is Valencia Cathedral, but this isn't your typical church visit. This cathedral claims to house the actual Holy Grail, the cup that Jesus drank from at the Last Supper. Now, I'm not a religious person, and I was honestly expecting some tourist trap nonsense. But what I discovered here challenged everything I thought I knew about faith, history, and human connection. The cup itself is remarkable, a simple agate bowl, probably from the 1st century, mounted on a later medieval base. But that's not what moved me. What moved me was watching people from all over the world, from every faith and background, standing before this cup with genuine reverence. I watched a Japanese businessman bow respectfully. A Muslim family from Morocco took photos with deep solemnity. 2 teenage backpackers from Australia stood in complete silence for 10 minutes. Whether or not this is the actual Grail doesn't matter. What matters is that humans have gathered in this exact spot for over 700 years, seeking connection to something greater than themselves. That continuity, that shared human yearning, it's overwhelming. But here's where things get interesting. The cathedral keeper, Father Miguel, offered to show me something that only a few people ever see. He led me down a narrow staircase to a chamber beneath the altar. What he showed me there connects directly to the underground tunnels, to Carmen's cheese, to Federico's beach visits, to everything I'd experienced in Valencia. It's the secret that binds this entire city together, and when you hear it, you'll understand why Valencia isn't just a travel destination, it's a philosophy of life. But first, number 5 will take your breath away. Numbers 5 through 1 are going to hit you like waves, and by the end, you'll see Valencia and maybe life itself completely differently. Number 5. Jardín del Turia, a 5-mile linear park built in a former riverbed that proves cities can choose beauty over convenience. Number 4. Loña de la Seda, a UNESCO World Heritage Site where medieval merchants created the foundation of modern international trade. Number 3. Plaza de la Virgen, where 1,000 years of architecture coexist in perfect harmony. Number 2. The Tribunal de las Aguas, a 1,000-year-old water court that still meets every Thursday at noon, making it the oldest democratic institution in Europe. But number 1. Number 1 isn't a place at all. Number 1 is the realization that Father Miguel shared with me in that underground chamber. He showed me a book, a simple leather journal where visitors have been writing their thoughts for over 200 years. Listen to this entry from 1823. Valencia teaches us that beauty is not rare, it is everywhere, waiting for those who choose to see. 1891. In Valencia, I learned that hospitality is not about grand gestures, it is about small moments of genuine connection. 1967. Valencia showed me that tradition and progress are not opposites, they are dance partners. And then Father Miguel handed me the pen. "What will you write?" he asked. I wrote, "Valencia taught me that the best travel experiences aren't Instagram moments, they're human moments. They are Federico's evening ritual, Carmen's underground treasures, Roberto's family welcome, Maria's daily pause for horchata, Esperanza's courage to fight for what she loved." Valencia isn't just Spain's best-kept secret. Valencia is proof that in a world obsessed with productivity and efficiency and constant motion, there are still places that choose depth over speed, connection over convenience, soul over spectacle. So there you have it, the top 15 things to do in Valencia, Spain. But more than that, you now understand why this city is so special. If this video changed how you think about travel, smash that like button. If you're already planning your Valencia trip, drop a comment telling me which experience you're most excited about. If you want more content like this, deep, authentic travel experiences that go beyond the surface, subscribe and ring that notification bell. And here's something special for the amazing humans who made it to the end of this video. I'm planning a Valencia meetup next spring. If you're interested, comment Valencia family below, and I'll add you to the private list. Remember, the best journeys aren't about checking boxes or collecting photos. They're about opening your heart to unexpected connections, allowing yourself to be changed by the places you visit, and carrying those experiences forward into everything you do. Valencia is waiting for you. The question is, are you ready for Valencia? Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey. Check out these videos next, I think you'll love them. And remember, life's too short for boring travel. Go deep, go authentic, go Valencia. Until next time, keep exploring.